Good evening from Dallas, Texas. I am Anuja Ghimire, co-lead of the Creative Hub with the Great Nepali Diaspora. I'm a former child actor, former because I'm no longer a child, a poet, editor, and curriculum developer. How exciting that I get to read from IMDb website for the bio of our guest today. It is the most exciting event that we have hosted with the Creative Hub, and Manisha and I are like over the roof. We're just calm, pretending to be calm because that's how excited we are. So, Jaswant Dev Shrestha is an award-winning actor and an Emmy-winning documentarian. The National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences Pacific Southwest presented him with an Emmy statuette for winning the Outstanding Achievement in the Religion category for his cultural film, Festival of Saraswati Puja. He has received so far, and there is more and more to come, 9 Emmy nominations in various categories over his career. He discovered acting at an early age of 4, and look where he is now, an actor and so much more. He speaks 5 languages, continues to work as a voice actor. His latest credits for voice include Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness and Miss Marvel. You can see him in a Facebook commercial called The First Date. It's pretty cute. And Dell Technologies' national commercial. His 5-part docu-series that he produced and directed called Festivals got acquired by none other than Discovery Channel. And he recently wrapped up a new 8-part cultural exploration TV series filmed in Portugal. You can find his YouTube, in his YouTube and his channels, you can find many music videos, and IMDb, you can find many clips, and I urge you to check out all of his work once the program is over. Over to you, Manisha.
Thank you so much. And we are really, really excited. I'm so excited I couldn't sit, so I'm actually standing because I have to let my excitement out. So welcome, Jaswant. I think it will be an understatement to say that we, as Nepali, we are so very proud of all your achievements. And I went through your IMDb, I watched your videos, and they are truly impressive. So thank you for coming. So today what we'll do is we will ask you a few questions and then we will go to the audience, and I'm sure they'll have plenty of questions for you. So yeah, let's start. So if you can tell us about your dream as a 5-year-old. What did you dream about? Was it always to be an actor? Yeah, so what big dreams did you have as a 5-year-old?
First of all, thank you for inviting me to participate in this amazing group. I feel blessed, right? I feel this is my community, this is my people I'm talking to, and taking this initiative by Preeti ji first, right? Finding me and coming and visiting me in Los Angeles and getting me in here to talk to everybody who aspire to do similar things or something in their life. And thank you for that. And now going back to how acting started, how did I feel when I was 5 years? It started when I was 4 years old, right? So acting is one thing that has never gone from my system. I have not had a single day of doubt that I am not an actor, I don't want to be an actor. Never happened until now, and it will never happen. So all of the other technical aspects came as I grew up, and I knew, oh, acting only is not films, directing is also film, writing is also, as I grew up, I learned about other aspects of filmmaking, and that's how I started doing other things, hyphenating and doing other things as well that interest me. But yeah, so, watching Bollywood movies, of course, started all these things, especially Mithun Chakravarti. A lot of the younger generation might not even know, but but he was my inspiration growing up. And slowly, when the television, Star TV, and everything was introduced, then I started getting used to Hollywood, and the VHS step was accessible. So watching, foreign movies and things like that. That's how I had this drive about Hollywood sounds good, So yeah.
Oh, that's so good. I love Mithun Chakraborty. I remember, in fact, my mom was here yesterday and she was saying that I used to dance to his song when I was like little.
Yeah,
I think I used to call him
he's
Uncle
amazing.
and Padmini Kolhapuri auntie for some reason.
Oh my God. Okay, you triggered something. When I was in school, when I was in Darjeeling when I was that old, when I used to go to school, my dad used to, there's a chocolate called Five Star and Dairy Milk, very popular. And whenever I went to school with that, and I used to lie to my friends that Mithun had come yesterday to my house and he brought it. So I
Oh,
did that.
that's
Uh,
crazy. That's crazy. Cool. Anuja, do you want to go with the next question?
Yeah. Also, have you gotten a chance to meet him yet, Mithun?
no, I haven't had a chance to meet him yet, and I hope I will. There was some times that I had not an opportunity, but I could have had an opportunity when I was in Bombay, but things didn't work. But I hope I will get to meet him sometime.
I hope so too. We'll have to share when you do.
Yeah.
So, who is your biggest supporter and who is your biggest inspiration?
Hmm. So growing up, before my wife was my mom, and still my mom is the biggest supporter, I would say, because letting me early on in my teens to go to Bombay without any resources because I just wanted to do that. And there's a lot of those things. So she trusted on me. So that's that. But after I met my wife, now she is the biggest supporter. She just pushes me every day that you got to go do it. So yeah, those are the two. And the inspiration, like there's so many. I mean, as an artist, I early on it was obviously Mithun in um, India, but here there are like so many. I can't name one. It's going to be injustice for them because yeah, there's so many of them. Seriously, some of them I met at the Emmys this time. Jodie Foster, who just wanted uh, Best Actor Emmy, and I mean Robert Downey Jr., Al Pacino, Kate Winslet used to be my crush. Yeah, growing up, So yeah, so many of them that they are doing incredible work, and I look up to them every day.
Oh, that's so good. That's so good.
Yeah.
And do you get to meet these people quite often, like these
Yeah,
big name celebrities?
yeah. I mean, I'm a member of the Television Academy as well, so I do get invited to go to the events, and I do meet these people. I've met so many of them. Met Kate Winslet, um, Robert Downey, so many of them. Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
that must be such a cool thing. I'm
it
sure
is.
my 8-year-old would love to meet his Iron Man. Cool. So as a teenager, now I'm sure you explored a lot of things. So if you could go back to those
Mhm.
times, what would you tell yourself, like with all the knowledge that you have now?
I would tell, don't change it. Whatever I did during my teens, there are some instances, there are some typical teenager stuff that I'm not proud of. Of course, everybody has that, and I am not. I am flawed too, so I have those which I regret. But most of it, like 95%, I would, if I'm telling myself 15 years old myself, don't take, don't change anything. Do what you did and keep on doing it. And that's the only reason I'm here today. I didn't go, I did party a little bit, but not so much. I was not into parties. I was not into games, nothing. I was just into movies. I used to, don't do it, but I used to run away from school and go and watch the same movie like 10 times, 15 times, So that, that kind of passion I have, and I will continue. So yeah, so don't change anything. It was good. Everything is great. That whatever I did then has led to this and who I am today. So I'm proud of it.
So I know you have two beautiful kids. Are they the same? Like, are they really into movies and stuff as well?
They like it. I don't know what's going to happen later, but they do like it. Yeah, because they see me auditioning all the time, and they are helpers. Like my daughter is a great reader. Actually, she reads.
Aarti, can you please go on mute? Thank you.
So yeah, so they do like it. They do like it.
Oh, that's good. And I think how old is Josephine now?
She just turned 9.
9. Okay. So
Yeah.
very similar age to my son. Oh, that's good. Cool. Next question. What is your dream project?
There's so many of them again. But one dream project would be doing a big multi-starrer Hollywood movie filmed in Nepal.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that would be so nice.
I know.
Yeah. Hope. Yeah. God, listen, make this happen. Yeah, someday. But it'd be nice, like 20 of them, like all these big names, and write a story around Nepal and have Nepali artists participate in there, and Nepal be the main story backdrop, and these all people come in and do special appearances and make a difference and move the story forward somehow. Yeah, that would be.
Oh, that would be amazing. So I've watched like a lot of your videos, and I can see that you really promote Nepal through your videos. So is that always sort of your goal and vision to sort of promote our culture? And
Yeah, it's not just I'm doing this now. I've done this when I was back home as well. When I was busy doing music videos, directing music videos, I used to be like, there's too much music with the same story, same love story, same thing going on and on. Then I used to go to Manang. When that time you had to literally trek for 12 to 14 days to go to those places. There was no cars that time. There was no digital cameras. I went and made documentaries 20 years ago and brought it to the world. I participated in so many international festivals in 2005 to 2009. That time there was no access to all this equipment and everything like that. There was no blogging or anything like that. So it's in me, right? I love my culture, and I want to try to preserve it as much as I can through films. That's what I know. That's why I made festivals, right? So it's not just it's mostly for the children who are our Nepali children who are growing up in foreign lands. If they want to know about these stuff down the line, 20 years later, I want it to be there. And they learned, something, the real things behind our stories. So, yeah. So, promoting Nepal, of course. Unfortunately, it's a small country, and the market is small. So a lot of the time when I'm even meeting with people, I want to do something in Nepal, it's like, then they go like they love the country, but the market is not there. That's why you see a lot of stuff happening in India. Nothing wrong with that, but Nepal definitely struggles. The only thing they know about Nepal is Everest. Every film is about Everest. Every documentary is about Everest. Which I'm not complaining, because I just did a feature documentary narration for Everest too, which will be coming. Shouldn't be talking about that, but so mostly it's only Everest, but there's so much beyond Everest. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what Anuja and we were talking about like the other day. There is so much more to Nepal than just Buddha and Everest, right?
Exactly.
And we hear about the dog festival, Kukur Puja. That
I'm
becomes
actually
like
writing a book. I'm writing a children's book on that.
Oh yeah? Hey, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
I
I had,
would-
in a way, I had actually thought about books, not really writing. I'm not a writer, but based on the documentaries that I have done, I was actually, it had crossed my mind a long time ago. I'm glad you're doing it. It had crossed my mind as this could be interesting if it's a children's book or something. So anyway, but congratulations that you're already doing it. It's great.
Thank you.
I wanted to go back to your dream project, if it could
Mhm,
happen in Nepal
mhm.
with big Hollywood names. What would your ideal genre of the movie be?
I think you see, even though I do nonfiction and documentaries more, but I'm a crazy fan of drama, right? When I will finally do films, which is narrative films, will be definitely drama or a little bit with a thriller aspect. So it's just keeping on your seat kind of thing. So it would be definitely like a chasing thing kind. I think that's interesting to me. So
Action.
yeah, not really an action, but really suspense. Yeah.
So when you're making these plans on what to sort of make next, do you normally look at what you truly want to do, or do you look at okay what the market wants?
There's two ways. If I'm working for somebody else, I'm just serving to their stories, being a part of that and give them the best that it can be. But when I'm doing myself, um, it depends on what kind of budget do I have. Is it going to be, if it's less budget or if it's going to be hard to raise money and things like that, then it will go more into documentary space. It's much more affordable to do that. That's why it takes longer time as well, many years in the process. But if money is not a problem, if somebody is funding it or the studio is funding it, then that's a different story. Then yeah. So
That's good. So are there any thing that you're currently working on that you can
yes, I
reveal?
am actually. Uh, I mean, as an actor, I'm doing some voice work, different things. Actively auditioning for different parts, different animation and everything like that. But and for On a Quest, the distribution is something that we're looking into right now, and then I'm also planning on the second season for the travel show, and most likely we'll go to Nepal. If that happens, that'd be great. So that's what I'm trying to get onto. Yeah, this it's not just one project because being an independent, right? So I proudly say I'm an independent underdog, even in Hollywood, trying to do my own stuff and trying to produce stuff that I believe in, like the Quest, like the festivals. Regardless of what happens, trying to support myself somehow and make it happen. So in that case, it's just uh, how I do it is going to be more what do you call, depending on the resources that we have, right? Resources that we have, and I believe in just making it happen, not waiting, because I know friends, great friends that who are working here in different productions, and they haven't really made it big yet. I mean, they're still working, but they haven't really done their own producing. They haven't done their own directing. Um, the reason why is because they're still waiting, and I don't like to wait.
Mhm.
I like to make it happen. So
That's good.
That's good advice for us creatives too. Sometimes we create our own blocks, like writer's
yeah,
block, because we want it to be like just right or just perfect or. So that's good
yeah.
advice.
Like there's another one which I really believe in. I tell to I share this to my assistants or anybody who's no. I don't like to preach or give advice to anybody to do what to do, but if there's a conversation, I say, and I feel it myself that even though I'm not a poet, I feel that every artist is a poet, and I am a poet in that sense because now if a poet is going to feel something in the middle of the night, he or she's going to get up and go and write. She's not going to wait what her husband or her wife is going to say, what tomorrow morning, who is going to critique it. Nothing matters. Just go and do it because that poet is doing it for herself or himself. I take it the same way. If I feel like festivals needs to be done, no matter what happens, I'm going to figure it out and make it happen. So yeah, just to throw it out there for.
And I think that's really, really important, isn't it? Because these days with, the social media generation, everything just, people's attention span can just switch like that. And if you're late, then that's it. Like you might have missed your boat.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you tell us the story, your story about your journey from Nepal to India to Hollywood?
Wow, that's a long one. I'll try to keep it short. I wanted to come to Hollywood early on in my life. I wanted to come here and study in UCLA. And I had all the paperwork to be a student here in acting three-year program. But I got rejected visa, right? I got rejected once, then again, another semester, again applied, again, got rejected. So, and then I was really sad that, obviously you want to go and work here, you want to study here, and you got rejected. Then after 2 times I was rejected, I was like, no, this is not going to happen. So I got to go to Bollywood now. So then I went to India. That's how, I wanted to go to India. I went there to be an actor very early on, but I could not navigate the system. But I did ended up working as an assistant director for 3 years with, I worked with Kalpana Lajmi in Hum Saath Saath Hai movie. I was the 14th assistant. My name is not even there, but I learned a lot, right? And I was an assistant to Kalpana Lajmi, who made beautiful films like Rudali with Dimple Kapadia, Dil Hoon Hoon Kare, that song, it's beautiful. So I didn't work on that movie, but the other movie, when she was writing it, called Daman, which Ravina Tandon got a national award for that. And Shan, the singer, played the role of one of the characters, which was originally for me when we were writing it, right? And then I came back to Nepal for a short visit, and things didn't go. My mom was in the US, and things didn't go really well, so I could not go back to India. So the role also went back. Everything vanished, right? Because I didn't keep my promise. But because I was working so much in India, I could not stay idle. And then luckily at that time, the computer, Pentium 3 computers was big at that time. It's a very super slow computer, but computer editing started coming up at that time. And then I bought some equipment, and I started a small production house in Pokhara where I was doing music videos and editing for other people. And that's how I actually learned more than even from Bombay, because I was able to make mistakes and fix it at the same time. So, and then, I started hosting for Nepal One TV, did hundreds of music videos, directed music videos, edited films. Whenever I liked the song, and when the music company was approaching me, hey, you should also act. I was like, okay, if it's good, then I put myself in as well sometimes. So yeah, so that happened. And then I had some organization from here said, hey, your work is good. Let's make a documentary on Nepali students in the US. And then I got some papers from Cornell for, to shoot, Colorado State University, all those things. I had people here who were helping me. Then again, got rejected. Reapplied after 6 months, again rejected. So I got 4 rejection total. Then I'm like, yeah, I'm done, right? And I then when that happened, and I was sick and tired of doing same kind of music videos. And then luckily I got to edit a music video that was shot. A local friend of mine from Manang, Binod Ji, he came to my studio. I didn't know him before. I didn't know him before. He came with the beautiful video, was shot, and he needed help to edit it. When I was editing, then we became friends, and I'm a nature lover. And I could not believe the images when I saw it. Like, wow, Nepal like this. Then my mind is going like, you need to do a documentary here, right? So my head is spinning like that. Then I told him, I want to come and make a documentary. So then he invited me. Then 14 days of trekking, I went and I filmed something, a little bit of a programs here and there, walking. And then I came back to Pokhara and I edited it. made it like a 20-minute short documentary. And I showed it to people, and because my mom was a principal in Pokhara and that she had the school connection, some of the teachers saw it as they were like, wow, you know, they because in social study you have to study Himali Kshetra, right? And there is no evidence at that time because there were no videos like this. Only you have was Nepal TV. Sometimes they go somewhere and shoot the documentary. There was nothing like this before. And Dafe Chara was, they only saw it on sketch. I actually had the in the film, right? And then they were like, wow, wow, wow. And then I'm going, oh my God, this is nothing. I wish I could do more because I had seen the glimpses of it. That's not even included. So then I did a special screening in 2 of the schools. Everybody loved it. And I got an idea. I got to make this a longer movie. So I spent the rest 3 years going back and forth to capture different seasons, different festivals, and make it into a one big documentary. And then hundreds of schools and campuses in Pokhara, Kathmandu, and Dharan, we did like screenings. My team used to go with projector, you know, we used to show it in schools for kids, for the students. And I started participating with international film festivals. And it got into the Himalayan Film Festival in Amsterdam. They invited me. I went there. Then it also got into the New York Independent Video Festival in New York. And they wrote me an email, the Hotmail that time. Gmail didn't exist. And they wrote me, say, come over to, you know, we invite you to come and, you know, present your film to the audience and everything. And then I wrote them saying, and I've been rejected 4 times. Someone who's rejected this many times from my country will never get a visa. So then a miracle happened. I got a call that I have an invitation and if I want to go. Right? From the embassy, somebody called. And they were kind enough to write something. And then I said I was rejected. And then they suggested you go through the whole process again, go to Nabil Bank, give them money, do that, right? Everything. And this time I got the visa. And then, then I came to the US and did lots of screening I was in Texas too in 2008, did a screening over there, the Hollywood Theater, something over there. Many places. I went to Cornell. We did a special screening for the anthropology department students. They flew me from Colorado, and my wife and my family was in Colorado, so I based it up over there. I came to visit one time Hollywood. I came and saw around, and but then I wanted to make sure that I had the legal documents to work on. I didn't want it to, risk anything. And I had so many work back home. So I spent 6 months here and then went back for about 9 months because I was doing Mustang, the second sequel to that same thing. Well, earlier I did Manang, the second film was Mustang, which is higher quality because, the cameras were better and everything was good. So I went back to finish that film. And then finally I came back to the US, and I was in Colorado working with some company doing film, and we actually was going to do a feature film called The Breakdown on Highway 7, and I was starring in it, and then halfway through things went north again, and it ended up being only a short film. And then I had to decide, what do I want to do? Actually, I was sitting because that production didn't have any work, and my visa was the kind of visa that cannot work anywhere else except for that production. Now I'm kind of getting depressed because I'm used to working in Nepal. I can't sit idle, right? And I don't want to do anything else. Nothing bad with working anything, but I have a goal, right? I spend my whole life doing this. Then one day I just sat my wife and my mom when they came from work and said, I thought about this all day today, and 30 years down the road, I saw myself an old, very sad, suicidal man. And you don't want to see that. And I don't want to be that. And now I'm here I want to apply for my green card and I want to go and try to work in Hollywood. And if I don't make it, I'll be back, right? There's nothing to lose, but I knew I'm going to make it. But I convinced them to go for a year or two, and then if nothing happens, then whatever you guys will do, I'm ready for it. And then I came here, and 13 years. So that's quite long.
That's amazing. That's amazing and very inspirational. I think the fact that you just didn't give up, that's on its own is so inspiring.
So one thing I pride myself with is I never had a plan B, and I don't have a plan B. This is it. Somehow I mean, if I'm not acting, I'm fine. Not fine, but again, if you are in Nepal or India, you have more opportunities. You're in different country. You are serving their stories. You're not creating your story, right? Like I always say, like, okay, if I cast Brad Pitt in a Nepali movie, how many movies can I do?
Mm-hmm.
One. That might be the super duper hit movie because he is in it. But the second time, if I make him a Nepali police officer, it's not going to work. So the same thing applies to anybody who's trying to pursue, like us, trying to do something in a different country, right? That's the struggle there. So, but we have to know, be realistic about it. So, yeah.
Thank you so much. I think we've got a few questions. Shraddha, do you want to go with your question? Shraddha, you there?
You're on mute, Shraddha.
Thank you. We should have that down pat by now on Zoom. Hi, Jaswant. I'm Shraddha. I'm here in Melbourne with Manisha as well. It's incredible to hear your story and your personal journey. Very inspiring. Thank you for sharing that. With your documentary that you talked about, that you did, is the documentary called Manang, and is there somewhere we can see it?
Well, the Manang is one thing that I did not put it out there because of the early on quality of it. Later on, if I, if I become big, then I won't worry about anything that maybe it'll come out. But I think it needs some work. But the thing is also, the beauty is the technology is changing so much that I might be able to restore it and make it a better looking or a better, those things. So that's why it never came out, except for we had screenings in Nepal Hall for so many days, and all those things were there, but the quality at that time was not as much as good. So I kind of hid it.
I hope you sort of have a chance to look at it, and maybe if we can work on. I do have a platform in Nepal, and I'll talk a little bit more about it, but it'd be incredible to have that out. Your story made me want to see it, so I'm sure there'll be a lot of people out there who would love to see it.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah, no, definitely. That's something that opened my way to the West, and all those things like that. That's very, very close to me, and I definitely, once the technology, I mean, I've already seen those upscaling that happening with all this new softwares, AI softwares coming up. I think I'll be able to restore it, but that all those things takes time while you are pursuing something and all this craziness going around. You know what I mean? So, but I do intend to bring it up.
I think Shraddha is being very humble here. So Jaswant, you probably remember Music Nepal, right? I think that's what was popular during our days. So Shraddha's dad founded it. So she manages Music Nepal now. So I think you guys should definitely connect.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome.
Thank you, Manisha. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, it'll be wonderful, Jaswant, to see. And I don't want to hold with a lot of questions, but it'll be incredible if we could connect.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. I think we've got another question from Lakpa.
Hi, thank you for your time today. Hi, Jaswant. Hi, everyone. Thank you for setting this up. I am super nervous now because of hearing all the credentials from everyone. I am an actor based in New York City, but I'm just starting out. I took some classes in Barry Group Theater, and I'm trying to audition and make it in the industry. So Jaswant, when you said like we're serving stories, like we're not sharing our stories. So I relate with that so much because when I audition, oftentimes I find like this is not written for me. Like how do I make this my full-time career when, like I feel like the outsider here. Like there's not enough role for me. So what are some advices you like to give it to me and some one from Nepal who came to States and want to start in the industry?
Right. See, you have to take matters into your hand. It's true that we are in different country. I audition all the time, and my auditions are mostly Indian doctors or Indian this or Indian. There's no Nepali roles, right? And I in my 13-year career, I think there's 3 times I've seen Nepali pop up. One time there was a voice role for Disney's Planes, which I got and I worked on it. And because the planes, Priyanka Chopra movie, the planes go from India to Nepal, and then they did some reporter voices in India when it lands, and then it goes to the mountains of Nepal, and I also become the Lama saying, "Oh, welcome to Nepal," all those things. So that was one. The second one was I got a call from somebody, said, "Hey, somebody said that you are Nepali, and I got a role. I have to prepare for an audition. Can you help me?" It's a fellow actor, and I don't know him. I didn't see how he looks like. Whatever, he sent it to me, and then I recorded very nicely, slowly, and I sent it to him. 2 weeks later, he calls me saying, "I got the part. Thank you." Right. So he was a, but it was, they were looking for more like a Mongolian look Nepali, because Nepali also we are different, right? Like Aryans and Mongolians. So they were looking for that. So he got the part. And then 3 months later, he could not speak the line. So I went and dubbed it. He came full circle, right? It came full circle. That was that. And recently there was another one. They were looking for a 40-year-old woman, Nepali. I don't think they found anybody. Then they changed it to Indian. So, but what I would advise is obviously keep on serving, because you never know. You never know. But looking at your looks, you are not typecast for a Nepali or an Indian. You could easily play so many other Asian characters. Looking at your looks, So yeah, don't feel it that way. But if you get an opportunity to collaborate, or if you have the skills to write, or if you feel something, then try to create, because that's where it is right now. Before, like 20 years ago, 15 years ago, people used to say, be good at one thing, right? Be good at one thing and just do the best out of that, and which is nothing wrong with that. But I never believed in that, because if I'm only doing this thing, then there's so many other ideas that I want to do. There's so many things that I want to do. It's not going to get done. So I started hyphenating, doing everything, whatever I can. If I have money, I love to work with 50 people, right? If I don't have money to hire somebody and then I really have to tell the story, then it comes back to that poet thing. Do I wait until he's ready, or should I just write this thing, whatever happens, right? So creating and connecting is very important, I think. Think about those ideas, because that can give you recognition, right? If I had just sit down to be just an actor, I would be out of LA, or have to go to Nepal, or work something else. But I pushed myself to do other things, other skills that I developed along the way, to put that in place, and and keep on moving. With the voice is one thing. Work on yourself, because when you're doing voice acting, it doesn't matter how you look, right? It's your voice. You just do different things, So there are a lot of opportunities like that. But at the same time, it's Hollywood, so there's a lot of competition, as you know, right? But yes, I would suggest getting together, writing down, and also doing that, not just waiting for that opportunity to come, because we have to write for ourselves. It's every writer writes what they know, or what they fantasize about or what they think, and there's nothing wrong with the writers over here. They just don't know Nepalese people. They just don't know how to blend us in. So now we have to blend it in, right? So it'll take time, but I'm glad to learn that you're auditioning, and I wish you all the best. Let's definitely connect if there's something that I will know of, any audition opportunity or any work. I will definitely, let you know or get in touch with you. But it's a tough business, right? This is the most rejected. This is the most rejected profession in the whole wide world. Every audition you don't get is a soft rejection. They don't say no. You just don't hear from them, right? So do you have agencies and everything?
Not yet. That was my next question. At what stage of my career do you think is good to get agents, or is it like self-taught enough, or like even joining unions and?
Well, unions, if you're just starting out, I wouldn't recommend right away, because unions also, you can't just join. You have to work. To be a Screen Actors Guild member, obviously you need thousands of dollars to get in first, but at the same time, you will have to work on 3 different union contracted projects. So you'll have to be hired to work on those things to even be eligible to join the union, right? So the vetting process is pretty tough, and people spend years. Like, you get 1, you get 2, the 3rd one never comes. What happens? Right? So there's a lot of those things to get it more. I'm in the union, so I cannot work anything non-union, even though people will say, hey, I like the role, I like this, I can't do it, because now you're going to risk, because union has the bigger jobs, right? Bigger pay or better benefits and everything like that. So union, I wouldn't recommend right away, but definitely, it makes you stronger. But at the same time, you need to, if you need more experience, then do every, student films or anything like that. But getting back to the agent, just get it now if you can. Try to start reaching out, because there's never a perfect time. After you get agent, it might be 5 years or 5 days until you book another job. So what agent does, if you have an agent, then you're doing more auditions. You are practicing. You're making yourself better with every audition, right? So don't wait. If there is a way with your workshop that you are doing, if there's agencies, don't think like, I'm not ready. No one is ready ever. So because if an artist says I'm ready, it's dead tree. There's no growth after that, right? So yeah, go ahead and definitely reach out to me offline, find me online and stuff. We'll connect, and I'll guide you through stuff. Okay.
Thank you so much. I appreciate all the answers. And just a fun fact, I am from Manang. So okay,
you are from Manang? Yes.
yes,
Have you seen Manang then?
I
Did you
have
see it?
not, but I would love to.
Who do you know in Manang? Binodji Yeti Hotel Yeti?
I have heard of him. Like, he's not my relative or anything, because like Manang is
Okay.
like, there's
So
different
you are
villages.
in New York, right?
I am
You know
in New
Sonam
York.
Dai? You know Sonam Dai?
There's so many Sonam.
There's 2 Sonam. One is a yak restaurant owner, and the another Sonam Dai. He's also from Manang, actually. But Tashi, I know a few people. I had done 2 screenings in New York with the Manang when I went there. The Manang community was really, really helpful. They put a biggest show there. And, they collected a lot of money for me in 2008 when I was traveling with the film. Yeah. Manang is beautiful. Yeah. So are you. So just be ready and go.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I'll definitely connect offline. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
That was awesome. Yeah, really nice.
I just have to say, Manisha and I were just discussing that, Jaswantji, you are for real. Like, it's real talk, it's real inspiration. There's no fluff. There's no. It's really inspiring, and it's just like we just have
Thank
to
you.
contain our excitement. How wonderful
Thank
this
you.
has been. And as like Manisha writes children's books, and I write poetry and other things, and we both are so inspired by.
Thank you.
Don't wait, just do it.
Yeah.
That's what I
Yep.
from today.
So true. So true. Because
Great.
as
That's
creatives, I
awesome.
think, as creatives, I think rejection is something that we see all the time because there's so much competition, and hearing your story, it's like truly, truly inspiring.
Yeah, well, as I said, actors are the most rejected creatures in the world. You know, it's like I have gone through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rejections over the years. I've done auditions and almost booked it, and then nothing happens, and there's so many layers. You know, once you get an audition to Bainik, like it's like you have literally kicked 5,000 people out if you're auditioning for something. That's the kind of competition you have here, you know. So every Indian doctor in whatever doctor show, there's thousands of submissions coming from everywhere. And if you are picked to do that, that means they see something on you, and then then there's call back, then another reading. There's like 4 or 5 layers of to even get one job. And that's why even the small wins are so important and valuable here. And also when we see the shows, it's so good, right? Every actor is so good because they have polished, they have been rejected so many times, and they just become stronger and stronger. If it's just for the glamour and for the money, this is not the right profession. If you really want to do it, that's it. I think it's tough, but it's fine. I think that's one skill. Actually, I'm teaching my children. Like, it's sometimes we do audition. By the way, my kids also audition for commercials and stuff like that. So, and then sometimes they do really well, and we go to the offices and they will meet everybody, or I go and they come along with me, and when they don't have school or something like that, they come along with me. They're sitting in the car, and then they ask me later, what happened to that? That was really good. We had really good conversation. What happened to that? I was like, well, they were not lucky enough to work with me. Just flip the script, right? Well, you got to be lucky to work, because I am going to bring passion. I'm going to bring dedication. And if you don't need that, good luck, So yeah, and that's something that I'm trying to teach them, because as a teenager, when you get to the teens, I think that's the one biggest problem that the teenagers will have, is like rejection, handling rejection, right? That's why they go to addiction or suicide, and all those things are happening because of those rejections, because they can't handle it early on. It's okay to not get it, so that's the skill I'm trying to
I
teach.
think that's so important to build that grit. I think especially for kids, like in this era, like you said, I think they really struggle to deal with rejection. I don't know whether it's the parenting style that's changed now with our generation, but I think, I completely agree with you. Yeah. Cool. Next question is around the Emmys. So how does one win an Emmy? What do we have to do to win an Emmy?
First of all, work, right? Yeah. Work, be unique, tell a good story from your heart. That's one part. That's like 30% of it. And then learn how to do it, right? So it's basically broadcasting programs has to be broadcasted, and then the academy has to vet it. If it's not a studio production, they have to vet it and see the quality and what you qualify for, or is it even okay to go in or not, and all those things process goes in. Then if this time on a Quest was in 5 categories, hosted nonfiction series, which is, I'm the most proud of that one, because Morgan Freeman, Oprah Winfrey,
wow,
David Letterman, Orlando Bloom, Eugene Levy, Conan O'Brien, they were all in the same ballot. I didn't get it, David Letterman won it, but it's fine. It's Oprah Winfrey just won Dev Shrestha. That's as cool as that, right? So but yeah, but it takes a lot, and then it's also, you know, great work, and a lot of money to campaigning, like the studios do, like hundreds of thousands they spend in one night, you know, um, to promote, to have the people see those shows. And because I was participating this time with On a Quest, 3.5 months of campaigning I did along the way. So yeah, so much of insight into these things. You know, it's always good. As an independent, it's hard. As an underdog, it's hard because then you will fall short with the money, right? Because you can't. There's so many things that you can't do. You can't afford it. So in that case, it'd be good to be in the studio system and work for them, and then they will pay for it and all that. So that's the dream. So.
So is there so you talk about campaigning, so is there a process? I'm sure there is a process. So what's the process to sort of getting there?
So obviously it has to be widely available to, at least in the US, it has to be released on TV, and then when the voting time is going to come, there's going to be special screening. It's called For Your Consideration special screenings, where celebrities come to present the film, and then you do multiple screenings with them, and yeah, that's the campaigning part. So basically, for me, I did not had a budget to go and do a big event by myself. So I was going to the events and meeting people there, and campaigning and promoting my show along the way. When I'm going to meet Demi Moore, I'm going to, meet Demi Moore, and I saw her show. And then when we are having dinner and stuff later, and I'm promoting, is that, by the way, this is it. Yeah, you can go watch it here, all those things. So small way, but still I got there. So that's a good thing, I think. Yeah. So that's how it works. And then the voting comes, and then the similar thing, right? Everybody votes on it, and nomination, and then the show, like day before yesterday I went to, the main event is done now. Yeah. So I hope did I answer the question?
Yeah, you did. You did.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I think we're almost out of time. Of course, we don't want this to end because you are so for real, as I said earlier, and it's been just wonderful. But I would like to know, what's your support system like? As creatives, we know that it takes a lot of sacrifice and a lot of hard work. And as you said, we're not in it for glamour. We're in it because we love the work, and we're passionate. Um, so what is your support system like?
Well, my support system, I mean, this will sound might sound strange or full of himself, but it's me. I inspire myself every day. I have people, right, in places, but there's nobody pushing me. There's nobody supporting me. I have to make it happen. So basically, I sacrifice. I decided to no, I don't want to work 9 to 5 in the studio. I want to be independent because I want to tell the stories that I want to do. Because my thing is a little bit, it's strange because I'm not just an actor, or I'm not just a filmmaker, I'm also an actor. So it becomes, this too is even though it's the same business, it's conflicting with each other, because actor needs to be available every single time, as this boy knows. You can't be like working and then doing this. I can't be like, oh, I'm working at Paramount today, I can't come to the audition. And now that conflicts, it doesn't work, because I'm doing, either you are this or you are that, right? So that's why I never even tried to go to the studios. I will work for the studio as an actor or something like, but I didn't want it to go and work every day there, because my goal, producing or making any kind of film, even I can be in Nepal. If I have money, I can make a Hollywood movie, but I can't be in Nepal and work as an actor in Hollywood. No. So that's why, supporting. lots of compromises, lots of giving away things, hoping that you will be an artist and that will keep you going. There's no guarantee with that, right? You audition, you might never get it. You make something, it might never sell it, right? But now if it sells, then only I'm going to do it. No, that's not going to happen. You have to keep on doing, because again, we're not in Nepal. We're not trying to sell stuff to Nepali audience, our people. We're trying to do it to the Western world, right? So it becomes trickier. But the beauty of it is why don't you just do it in Nepal? No, because as an artist, why I chose early on to be in Hollywood, as an artist, I wanted my stories to be known and enjoyed by the world. And this is the only place to do that. If I'm able to produce a Hollywood movie which does well, guess what? Whole world knows you, that you are an artist. You told the story. But if I'm in Bollywood, some European country will know it. Even though it's big, nothing wrong with that. But there is not the wideness of sharing our talent is not there in other markets yet. It might change because globalization is happening everywhere. This OTT platforms are taking it all everywhere, and your stories can be everywhere. But then again, it's crowded. So it's a lot of a catch-22 kind of situation, right? So the only reason why this was very important for me was like down the line, when that happens, the whole world will know that this was a story told by a Nepali.
And I think that's actually a positive thing as well, because straight away you get highlighted, right? Because you are doing something very unique that none of the Nepalis have done. So I think it's if you look at the positive side, I think that's probably the positive, because you have sort of carved the way for other people as well, and you are looked upon as a leader in that field.
Yeah, people. And I have friends, artist friends who lives in different states or different country, and it doesn't work that way. I keep on telling them, I have to be in the market that where things are happening. She knows it, like how much you have to audition or how much you have to do for. I mean, Hollywood is a place like production ma assistant exam koi chahiyo re, and he or she is not available, or he or she has some kind of a problem, attitude, or whatever that is, you'll have thousands of people just behind, equally or more talented to work for free. So that's the kind of competition you're against, right?
Yeah.
So anyway.
We're almost out of time. Do you have 5 more minutes? Because we've got one question from the audience.
Yes, I might have to put this. Well, let me get the cable. Sure. Okay, hold on. I don't want this thing to die.
If everyone is comfortable coming on screen, we can take a screenshot to promote this wonderful webinar that we had. But if you're not comfortable being on camera, that's okay too.
Are you going to
Would
come?
you mind? Whoever it feels comfortable, I can take a. So because I tried a few times and we got some closed eyes. So okay. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hold on, I would like to come.
Okay, please.
Can you see me? I can't see myself.
I only see your name, Arati.
All right, never mind.
Okay, then we will just imagine you. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Shraddha had a question. I'm not sure if she's still there. Shraddha, you there? Yeah. Do you want to go with your question? You're on mute.
Sorry, I was on the go. Jaswant, I had one more question. As someone who you've sort of navigated Hollywood and Bollywood so amazingly over the last decade, if you had something for Nepalese film fraternity, creatives and producers that could work to elevate themselves, what would be that one thing that you think is missing in Nepal at the moment?
Wow, that's a good one. That's a tough one. It's going to put me in the spotlight right there. Well, I think, quality-wise, great stuff is coming up. I see a lot of development in Nepal. A lot of my friends are working there. I would still focus on the stories, I think. Right? Nothing wrong in catering what public wants. But at the same time, if public does not know what they can have for the same amount of money,
It's a good
how
one,
would how would they consume it, right? You can actually buy more things with the same amount of money. Then I've seen films. I mean, they're great. Performances are good. The cinematographies are great. The technology used is good. Everything is, there's nothing lacking. I think working on the subject matter and the stories, I think that's a little bit lacking, I feel. Yeah. And if you work on that and collaborate and let's do projects together. People are like really hesitant, I feel like, in Nepal. I don't know, for some reason they push themselves back, or it's like more of, and every culture has it. I feel here the Indian communities as well. It's so closed off so many times, but as a creative people, we don't have to be closed off, open it up, share, because when I'm sharing something, I might just get another idea from that when we are talking about those creative things, So yeah, I mean, I'm in the craziest business here, but I would love to do Nepali stories. I would love to bring Nepali movies to the wider world, down the line. So hopefully that'll happen. So yeah.
Thank you for that. That's
Mm-hmm.
wonderful. And I think the one about collaboration and holding themselves back, do you think there is a sort of a fear of not having enough to go around, which is very in depth in the culture?
It could be actually. Yeah, it could be. A lot of the times, I think it's also, do I know enough? And nothing wrong with not knowing anything, or not knowing enough. That's how we grow. If I don't know, I don't know. I want to learn. Teach me, right? Like that's what this webinar is about, right? Let's at least I don't know everything. I don't claim I know everything. Whatever I have felt and I have lived through, that's what I'm sharing. That's it. There's so many things that I'm eager to learn and which I'm trying to do every day. So that could also be something, I feel like with Nepali artists. Yeah. But
Thank
they're
you,
great.
Jaswant.
I
Thank you so
love
much for that.
I love Nepal, and yeah, they're doing great there. So.
Thank you.
I would like to ask one last question, but before that, I want to, on behalf of TGND, the Creative Hub, Manisha and I want to express our sincerest gratitude for your time away from your family, from your work, from representing us, doing all of this hard work. You have taken time away. for us, we're really grateful and we could not contain our excitement. And meeting you was so wonderful. You gave such good advice, and hearing about your journey was so wonderful, and our hearts are full. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What I would like to ask is for enthusiastic people like Manisha and myself, and aspiring actresses and musicians and other creatives, how can we best support you?
Well, I think this is a support, right? I mean, like spreading the word, I think, trying to find spreading the word in terms of what work is already there. I know Manisha did that with festivals being available in Australia now. People watching it and doing like special events. Like I would definitely, like, this is one thing that I'm missing. Like before, we used to do screenings of things in places, like people actually connected, and the children were able to come together as families and enjoy events and things like that. So those are the things I think, if something happens, like Dasai Tiwar comes and this thing happens, and there's a like, if the celebration will continue with also the screening of the film or something, like if it's like that, like we do the Tihar, yeah, all the Goras are going to come, but they know that it's a celebration, but let them know the in and outs. And our children also doesn't know in and out, so putting those things, I think, other than that, just connecting. I think it's great that we help each other, and I do want Nepali artists and Nepali stories to be. I'm alone, right? There's only, you can count people here, and trying to pursue this in Hollywood. So yeah, it definitely means a lot better than having a big newspaper cover over here. It's great that they're supporting, right? Deadline Hollywood wrote a big article on me that this is also crazy. Like, I was trying to see if On a Quest would be mentioned in one small write-up, that okay, at the Emmys, 76 primetime Emmys, On a Quest is also one of the contender along with these. That's all I wanted, and I was trying hard to get it because it didn't really had a PR publicity and everything like that. Reached out to people, nothing happened. Before the Emmys was about to be closed for the voting and everything, and I reached out back to the same person. I know it's difficult. I mean, I don't have budget, I don't have anything, especially because thousands of dollars to do a write-up, right? So in Deadline. So, and I said, well, send me all the information. Let's look at it again. And then I sent it to him. He sent it to his editor, and editor looked at some stuff and it says, like, we're not just putting a mention of him, we're going to do a full interview on him. And it's, if you go Deadline Hollywood On a Quest or just one, they'll come up. It's beautiful and goes pages long with $0 spent. That gives me hope that if you have content, if you believe in yourself, you try to reach out, things happen. Not everything, humanity is not gone. That's it.
Hopefully AI won't take over anyway. Humanity in future.
Yeah, it will at some cases, but not all. I think the humanity is not going to be there. I think, you'll get everything that you want, but again, the skills that we have as a writer, right? You can tell it to write a book, but it's crap.
Yeah, that's true.
But anyway, so yeah, I think did I answer the question? I kind of got lost.
Very beautifully, you answered it very beautifully, and we are just so grateful and so proud of having a Nepali up there succeeding and representing us, and it's so great to see our faces and part of us. You are a part of us when you are up there.
Yes. Of course, yeah. It's just a starting point. We're just starting it out, and hopefully we'll have more. Hopefully we'll see our Baini there doing NCIS in New York, right? SUV, yeah.
Well, thank you so
So
much.
thank you everyone who took the time to attend and listen to my story. It feels great. It feels great to be sharing with you all, and we'll stay connected online. And check out my work, whatever is available. There's Mustang documentary is available on Apple TV, Amazon, and Tubi. Tubi is free, but see, the things is the contracts happens with companies, and we are not able to put it out there and stuff. But Mustang will soon will be coming on YouTube very soon, within 2 weeks or so, because that whole thing is kind of getting out of the way, and I just want to put it out there so people can see it. So yeah, that's something I'm excited about, which is, that's also a flavor of love. Spent a couple of years doing it. It's been recognized by many film festivals, won 15 awards for that in different competitions, and that's going to come out. It's a travel show, and I'm traveling in there, and going to beyond the trekking routes, the villages that I've visited. Obviously, you're going to Tilicho, Thorongla Pass, but then you're going beyond the track and exploring the yak blood drinking festivals and all this stuff. It's crazy stuff that we have. It's pretty nice. Yeah. So check it out when it comes out. If you're connected online, you'll just see me. I'm always posting, sharing. I tell my kids, like, I'm only using social media because I'm an actor and a filmmaker. Otherwise, I would not. Because I don't want them to go, it's okay to be cool to be using it all the time, right?
All marketing, right?
Anyway, yeah, it's been a lovely evening. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you. We're, I think, truly inspired, and we're so very proud to be a Nepali, like, seriously.
Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
nice.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks,
all.
everyone.
Thank you everyone
Bye.
for coming. Bye.